Hi guys, it's Erica Hargaden here, and I'm going to have a chat with you today about 3 key reasons that your 18-month-old mightn't be settling at bedtime. First, do they need to have a nap adjustment? Sometimes at 18 months, the requirement around daytime sleep takes a shift. A lot of babies of that age range would still be napping maybe 2 or 2.5 hours. And if you're on the upper end, it might be a thing that you need to shave things back. But even if you're at the 2 hours and you're experiencing a difficulty around settling at bedtime, then you might need to push it back slightly, maybe slightly less than the 2 hours, maybe an hour and 45 minutes, maybe even an hour and a half would solve things. And sometimes coupled with that, you may need to pull the nap that it's falling a little bit later. So currently, if little one is going down at 12, maybe starting the nap at 12:30 and pulling it back in terms of its length might help with that. What you might then see at bedtime is that baby starts to settle a little bit quicker because they're not under tired going down. Your tiredness is on the money. So that is one key reason. Your second key reason still spells in with this overtiredness or undertiredness piece. You may need to adjust the length of time that your baby is awake between the end of your nap and the beginning of bedtime. So around this time, your baby may need to go 4.5 to 5 hours in between the wake of the nap and starting your bedtime and going into their cot. There would be a lot of information out there around 4 to 4.5 hours, but sometimes babies need a little bit longer. So let's say if your nap is ending at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 5 hours. But let's say your nap is ending at 2:30, then maybe bedtime needs to go to 7:30 rather than 7. So you're going to have to play around with that a little bit and see if there is a little bit of under-tiredness at play. And if you adjust the bedtime, will that help solve things? The third key reason that I think you would be experiencing difficulty around sleep at 18 months is separation anxiety. It can be at its absolute peak at this time and would be very often a big trigger for the sleep regressions that you would hear a lot around at this age range. Now, you won't know until you get into it. If you're experiencing that you've maybe made the adjustments in 1 and 2 that I'm talking about and still nothing is sticking, then it could be that your baby is experiencing some separation anxiety. And with that, I feel that it could be time for what I call a reset. So rather than maybe putting your baby into the cot and leaving, which then results in your baby going, wah, then maybe it's time to stay with your baby and support them through this sleep regression and the separation anxiety. But that doesn't mean to say that the staying needs to be indefinite. It can be a process that you work through where you stay and over a period of time, you then fade yourself out of the room and things generally over that period of time will settle down and reset. If you are experiencing a lot of, kind of pushback at bedtime over a very, very long period of time, I would say it's more likely to be something around points 1 and 2 rather than separation anxiety. Sometimes separation anxiety, because it's quite developmental, is a point in time and it too shall pass. If it's going on for longer, it's more likely to be something perhaps in the daytime sleep or the under-tiredness side of things. So just to recap, number 1, there may be a nap adjustment that's required. Number 2, baby could be under-tired going down to bed and needs the bedtime adjusted. Or number 3, it could be separation anxiety, and as such, supporting your child through this period would be the route that I would advise you to take. So I hope you enjoyed that and you took something from it. If you want to know more about me, check out babogue.com. Thanks a mil.